Welcome under the hat. I'm Bellboy, and this is the next episode as promised. I was going to do a episode before the Rumble, but never actually did it because the episodes are a little bit more spaced out, spread out, now that I'm on my lonesome and Sydney's not here. But I figured I'm going to wait until the Rumble's done, and also Raw's done after the Rumble, because this one was a Raw that I wanted to comment on. Bret Hart back on Raw after that despicable display by Vince McMahon. Well, what can you say? But first of all, the Rumble, let's go through that. I know there's been plenty of reviews on YouTube about the Rumble and people's opinions on the Rumble. My opinion on it, the matches leading up weren't the best. All title matches. A surprise match as well, Miz and MVP ended up having a match, but weren't too much of a big fan of any of those matches. Mysterio Taker was probably the best one, and even that could have been a bit better. But I reckon the Rumble was the main thing of the event, obviously, as it is. So we'll get right on to that one. None of the title matches, by the way, were really a shock result. So, you know, the Orton one was probably the biggest shock with the DQ because of the Cody Rhodes interference. So I don't know what's going to happen there. Obviously, if they're going to be Legacy, look like they're kind of falling apart at the seams, pretty much. But the Rumble, a lot of people say that they didn't like it because, you know, there wasn't a lot in quick eliminations, not a lot of people in the ring at one time. I have to tend to agree with you. I like a lot of people in the ring, especially a couple of times in Rumble. Get like 5-10 minutes in there where there's about 10 of you in the ring, and, you know, it makes a Rumble a Rumble. But it did have good spots in the Rumble where the CM Punk had a nice little bit of a storyline at the start where he was getting people out. Triple H, bang, came in, stopped all that. You know, that was great. And funny enough, he did the exact same thing in the Rumble 2002 in the same arena when Austin was in the ring on his own. I don't know if you knew that one, but yeah, it took me, brought me a bit of a flashback there for the Bellboy, I tell you that. Yeah, I remember that Rumble. That was probably one of my favourites, actually. But nevertheless, Triple H then started dominating a bit more, got CM Punk out, which I was quite surprised with. I thought CM Punk was going to last quite a long, the length of the Rumble, or if so, quite a lot of it. No, it was good. I thought Michaels coming out and Triple H and him teaming up. Then Triple H had an injury. It looked like he was playing a leg injury. Michaels super kicked him out. Didn't know whether that was just because he didn't want to get injured even more, so he told Michaels to get him out. But they never played up on that after. So I presume it was fine and he was supposed to go then. Michaels looked like the strong competitor throughout the Rumble. It looked odds on he was probably going to win it. Cena came in, he started to dominate a little bit. It was pretty much Cena and Michaels, you know. It looked like people were coming in and out, you know, no one really making a massive impact, apart from these two. R-Truth did get out, Big Show and Mark Henry, though, very surprising. But then again, you know, maybe you get a bit of a push. As the Rumble drew to the end, the last few, Jericho came in, I remember, and it was getting down to, as I would say, the nookie crookie, and 29 entrant, bang, it was Edge. And I know there was rumours that he was going to be there, but you just can't believe it. But I'm just glad they didn't do number 30 like they did at 2008 with Cena. I know it was very similar, and I know it is possibly too soon after that, like many of you guys have said with your reviews, that, you know, number 30, Cena winning it, now Edge. But, you know, Edge, I know it's part of his gimmick, the ultimate opportunist, but I was just glad he was there to spice it up a little bit, you know. A surprise is a surprise, nevertheless, how rinsed it is. And I'm glad that he's won it, because I really think that he deserves to win the Rumble. He's one of the legendary characters in WWE now, so I think, yeah, he deserves to win the Rumble, regardless of how predictable it might have been him winning it. Would have been when he came out, so. But, yeah, not one of the best Rumbles by far. I wouldn't probably even put it in my top 10 or 15 Rumbles ever, but nevertheless, it builds up a few storylines towards WrestleMania, and so did Raw, and that makes me come to my next point. Raw was actually pretty good. William Shatner did a very interesting theme music. Might have even been than me in Sydney's a few months back. Check that out if you haven't. That's a funny episode, but He did his own entrance music, he sang the themes, and that was interesting to say the very least. Kelly, well, gorgeous smile in the back, I remember that. Yeah, very brief but very nice. And then the main thing of Raw was the matches leading up to the Elimination Chamber. So that was very good. Kept you interested. I mean, some of the matches were predictable with Cena and Triple H. You know, they're obviously going to be in the Chamber. But, you know, there's some shocks in there. But it seems like a reasonably good Chamber match for Raw. Michaels, it's going to be interesting to see exactly where this is going with Michaels. He's getting very, very annoyed, if you haven't noticed already. And I think he could be, I don't know, either turning heel to getting so pissed off about things that he's going to, I don't know, snap and beat up everyone until he gets the Undertaker at Mania. Or is, I don't know, he's going to hang it up. I don't know, tell me what you think. I don't know, where's it going for Michaels? Is he going to get Undertaker again or what? But it's going to be interesting to see exactly what happens there. Bret Hart, now here we go. This is the nookie crookie part of the episode. Obviously Cena had that thing last week and he said basically he's told Vince he wants Bret Hart on Raw next week. So Bret came back on Raw. Called out Vince McMahon. Bret looking better, I think. Cut his hair a little bit, dyed it black maybe, I don't know. He's looking more like the Hitman. I'm impressed with that. Vince McMahon was pushing all the wrong buttons for Bret. Honestly, he was really going at him. Not really making it any better for himself. And the thing that really pushed Bret's button to the point where he snapped was the bit where he said Stu Hart was not going to be inducted. Now, that was going to push his buttons, said he didn't deserve it. So Bret hit him in the guts and then started going at it. I mean, it was a shock. I didn't think he was going to actually continue hitting him, and then the crowd were going nuts. It was going to be a sharpshooter for the first time in 12 years in the WWE, but it wasn't to be. Batista ran down and spoilt the party, so to speak, and I was very glad that he didn't do any moves on Bret, because Bret would not be able to take a Batista bomb, I tell you that. That would have been desperate. That would have been, I wouldn't even like to watch that, to be fair. But it sets up, I think, what they might be doing is Cena tagging with Bret Hart versus Batista and McMahon at WrestleMania, because I see it possibly working that way, because Bret and McMahon probably wouldn't have the greatest of matches at Mania. They probably couldn't put on a proper match, so making it a tag match makes more sense, yeah. But let us know what you think anyway. I mean, that's pretty much it, what I gotta say. It was a pretty good Rumble, pretty good Raw, pretty good episode, I think. But until next time, I will be back, hopefully sooner rather than later. And as always, what goes on under the hat stays under the hat.